Today's episode is brought to you by Flash Media Studios. And today we are going to talk about a tough part of motherhood. When you look at it from like a lens zoomed out, we're going to talk about, I don't even know how to phrase this correctly. We're going to talk about like having your first and what that first year looks like compared to your kids after.
Yeah, and I feel like overall just the shock of it.
Yes.
Because, people tell you when you have your kid, like, it goes so fast. It goes so fast. And like intellectually, yes, you know that it goes so fast. After in the first year, you're like, yep, that went fast. I think the bigger part is like the emotional shock of, okay, yeah, it went so fast, but I didn't know like the emotional impact that that was gonna have on me. And, like, intellectually, you're like, "Yes, it goes fast," and you get it, and, like, yep, and then the first year, and then the second year, and then the third year, but then, like, emotionally, when you're sitting there and you've got this little person that's, like, putting their backpack on, walking out the door, calling
Stop it.
you
I'm
mom.
literally going to cry.
Well, I already cried before this one.
Stop.
I'm not even on my
No.
period.
It's a
Yeah.
lot. Well, and, as at least for me, like seeing my sister just had her second baby like a week ago. And I told her, I'm like, don't do anything. Like sit in the
Yeah.
nursery and nurse your baby and just like be there. Cause I feel like with Miller, it's so hard to reflect back because it felt like a blackout and it felt like I was struggling for my life. Like I truly, if I'm being completely honest, don't feel like I was able to enjoy the first 6
Oh my
months
god,
of his
same.
life. And if I keep looking at you, you're gonna make me cry. Can you turn around?
Where do you wanna go?
I
Oh, I'm
don't know.
fine.
And I think a lot of women, like when we step into motherhood, you're told like this is supposed to feel so natural and you're supposed to like go into this and so happy and all of these things. And it's just like the honest truth is it's not. And it's
Yeah.
hard and you're so confused because your life is turned so upside down. But when you look back, because the first 6 months of a baby's life are really like, what yesterday was Groundhog's Day, like talk about Groundhog's Day. It's literally
Oh, yeah.
the same. You don't know if it's the weekend, if it's in the middle of the week. You are feeding every 2 hours, you're changing diapers, all of these things. Now looking back, I'm like, wow,
Man.
I would have killed to just smell my newborn, to hold him. And I also felt like at the same time, and this is part of my type A personality, but I was like, I'm not doing anything. Like I'm being a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like I need to clean the house and like get up and move. And it's like, God, I wish I would have just sat
Slowed
there.
down and
But I don't
soaked in
think
it.
if you are a mom who can do that, like mad applause to you. But I think for anybody who's in it in the first, like you're just with the first, it's so hard to appreciate those moments.
Well, and I feel like you're rushing. Well, at least I was. Like, I feel like I was constantly rushing through things to like almost like, okay, we're out of this phase. Okay, now we're out of this phase. Okay, we're gonna move on to this. And like, yep, he's hitting these milestones. Great. Like, okay, we're not seeing any signs of like delays. Like, there's all these like fears that you have. And then there's also like I think for me, I was so obsessed with him not sleeping for not only like 6 months, not only a year, at 2 years, at 2.5 years, like because he wasn't sleeping. Like it was just this obsession of like, oh my God, I can't wait for him to sleep. And now I'm like, oh my God, I would do anything. I'm gonna cry again.
Oh my God.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like you rush through it and then you're
Yes.
like, I think the other part of this is like nobody warns you about this until later when you've experienced it. And I don't think anyone could warn you, quite frankly, about it.
No.
Like there's nothing that anyone could have said to me, but there's no like definitive end of like this person is changing and
Yeah.
like the person that you know as this little baby
Right.
is now today a different person. But
Right.
like that just sneaks up on you and I know it will continue to. Like our boys are only 4 and I feel like we're going into this place where it's like the independence is like the invisible string is getting a lot longer and like he is his own little person. Like and I know that I'm getting to know this other person, but there's no definitive day of like, yep, that person's gone and now here's this new cool person that you get to meet.
It's sickening.
Yeah.
And I don't think, to your point, like even if we were told this, which I'm sure we were when the boys were 6
Yeah.
months, no way you could have understood it until you're here. And that's why I feel like your first is so much different than your other kids because we're talking about this now with our 4-year-olds and like all the things that we missed out. And then we're able to change things with number 2 and for me with number 3.
But, I
However,
will say though, like from 1 to 2, because I feel like we had them close. They were under, they were 20 something months apart. Like, what were they? 22 months apart, both
Mhm.
of us. Like, it was like we didn't even know what we didn't know. So, like with Zoe, it was like, I don't get me wrong, I probably appreciated it more and knew that like the moments were fleeting. But like that's why I'm like, do I have to have a third just so I could like completely soak in the of like
to just
all
really tie this bow
yeah,
on
of like just of like, wow, like really marinating and feeling all of it of like, no, shut the door. I'm sitting here with my baby. Like, and I know I did with each of them. And I was so present. Like, I didn't leave my kids until this, a
right,
few months ago. Like, I was
right.
there for everything. I quit my job. Like, I was there doing it all. But still, it's like,
Well, and that's the thing, like, we're not talking about not being there, like, I mean, my kids were on my boob, like, I was literally
there.
there.
Yeah.
I just don't think, like, I was in the mental space to take that on, at least with Miller. I feel like with Palmer, I tried to, but our world got flipped upside down so early on, like, at 8 weeks was when she got diagnosed with hip dysplasia,
Yeah.
and then with Dawson okay, so Dawson I feel like for the first time, I soaked in my newborn bubble. Like with Palmer, I don't know if you felt like this with Zoe, but I was so sick about Miller not loving
Oh, God.
me or
Yeah.
not feel
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to nurse. Like, okay, let me just nurse real quick. If she's not done, like I'll figure her out later. Like, let me just go spend time with the baby.
Yeah. You don't want to
My
break his
mom was
heart.
like, sit in the nursery. Like Drew can put him to sleep. We're here helping. Like, let him
Yeah.
do
No, the
bedtime. I'm
guilt.
like,
You
oh,
got guilt.
absolutely not. I
Yeah.
am the one to do it. With Dawson for the first time, I was like, go, children, be with
Yeah.
your dad. And I was able to soak it in. But I just told my mom literally 2 days ago, I am getting ready for her to turn 1. And I feel like
Next month, how did that
yeah,
happen?
next month. And I told my mom, I'm like, did I have these kids too close where I wasn't able to fully take in and like appreciate each one of them for who they are? Cause it kind
You're
of
gonna make me throw
felt,
up.
well, that's literally what I said. Cause I'm like, I feel like they were on top
You're
of each
rushing
other.
it.
Yes. And I'm
I mean,
like,
I'm not saying you are, but, like, I know
but
the
the
feeling.
feeling and it's like my intention, that was never my intention. I come from a family of 4. We're all 2 years
You're
apart.
just
Like
trying to
that
pump
was
them out.
always well, yeah, I mean, we wanted them close together and Drew doesn't feel this way at all. He's like, No, this is great." And I'm like, "But as the mom, like I carry this guilt of like, well, was I really able to appreciate Palmer? Because by the time she was like 11 months, I was already pregnant with Dawson. And then now, Dawson's here and I can't believe she's turning a year. And I have 2 toddlers that take up so much of my hands that I feel like after she turned 3 months, it's kind of like, yep, Dawson's asleep. She's good. Okay. Yep. She's fed. She's good. Like it wasn't,
Checklist stuff.
yeah. So now, these past few months, I am trying to like sit with her in the playpen and like take in those moments because it's just your third and you're like, yeah, you're fine. I have to cook dinner. I have to clean
Well,
the house.
and
Like I have to go pick up your brother from school. It's like so much is happening that I have this guilt of like, did I layer them
too close.
too close?
And I feel like what's so weird too is, like, you look at yourself of, like, how you were with Miller. Like, I remember with Zane, I was like the tummy time, like I would clock it like, okay, we did all of our tummy time. Okay, you got this, love every kit. We're gonna do all of this. We're at our music class. Like I was doing all of the things. Like that's why that kid was so like able to rattle off all of his stuff.
Right.
The second I was like, you're gonna do your things, but like I would imagine the third is like it's almost like you're a different version of yourself in your motherhood.
Right.
So they're getting a different version of you. Like the
Yes.
mom that you show up to be for Dawson is completely different than the mom that you were for Miller
Oh,
and the mom that you were for
it's
Palmer.
night and day. And like I was
Whether
thinking
good or
about
bad, but like
right.
it's
Well,
they're
it's
getting a
both.
different version of you. They're getting a different version of your husband. They're getting a different version of you guys together.
Yep.
And they've got the kids. Like, so like they always say, like, my mom always says, like, you and Courtney were raised in the same household and had the same. I'm like, totally different experiences.
Yeah. I really hope these kids are having amnesia right now and they're not remembering like all the things because it's,
What's
yes,
shaping them?
yes, completely different versions of me, both good and bad. But I was thinking the other day when I was passing through by Dover Shores and I'm like, I used to walk
Oh my
Miller
God, I
for
know.
his nap before we went to music class. I don't think I've strolled Dawson in the back bay
I
at
know.
leisure one time. She goes to Disneyland. I stroll her around there.
As if she
She's
cares.
as if she cares. Oh, I think she does. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like it's totally
She doesn't
different.
care.
She's also
She will.
getting a way more confident version of me. Like I am so
Totally. And there's a
solid in my
benefit in that.
motherhood
Well,
and
that's
I'm
why they say the third
so
kid's the best too. Maybe that has something to do with the
Oh, really?
mom.
My sister, because she's the third, says the third is the forgotten.
Yeah, but that's because
And that's why
you
she
know
tells me, she
why?
says, I know how Dawson feels. I
Well,
am
wait, the
forgotten.
reason why I feel like she says that is because your mom had a fourth.
I know.
If Jordan was the last, it wouldn't have been that way for her,
Right.
but she had
Right.
a fourth of the baby to compete with. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's like, you know, all this and like there's the chaos of like the mundane things every day. And like then suddenly it's like it drops. Like at least you have baby bottles that you're cleaning still, but like we are out of the bottles, we are out of the diapers, we're like all the tiny shoes are put away. Like it's like I'm saving all this stuff. Gus said, do we need a storage unit? Like, what are you gonna do with all this? I'm like, I don't know. Like the crib is down, like all of these things. I'm like,
You really are out. Like my
well,
Palmer
and then
is
I'm like,
still in
I need to get
diapers
back
in a crib.
in. Palmer is still in diapers in a crib.
In
Yeah.
a crib. Yeah.
All right, when are you going to get her out of diapers? Come join this
I'm
sad boat over here.
trying. And we'll have another conversation about potty training. I
Yeah, maybe we should
actually
do that.
have somebody who I want to bring on for potty training. But I tried, I think like right before the holidays, and she literally pooped on the floor. So
That was, yeah, well, you got to get over that.
also really bad timing on my part. But I a reel popped up on my Instagram and it was from Joel Madden. Do you remember him? He was in like, I think he's married to Cameron Diaz. Yeah. Okay, so he has a podcast, which I didn't know, but he's talking with another dad, and they're both like tatted dads talking about how they would, I don't know how old their kids are, but like basically that they would give anything to go back to when their kids were like 5, 6, and 7. And what they said, which it's like the second time that this popped up on my Instagram, like within the past 2 weeks. So I don't know if this is God trying to tell me something, but it
Oh,
was
great.
basically saying that what we complain about in the hard days, I mean me, complain about in the hard days, what's like bedtime, nap schedules, all of those things. These two dads were saying that they would give anything to go back to that. They're like, bedtime, like you can relate to this. They're like, bedtime. Remember when that used to be a thing? Remember when he used to complain about how many books he used to have to read? He's like, now, I'm lucky if
shut
I
the
get a good
door.
night to go to
Oh my
bed.
God, I could throw up.
And the other dad started crying, and he was like, I would give anything to see my two kids in the tub again, or, to see them together. And it's like why you're it, like, but they
And
acknowledge,
you know it. Well, and like, you know it. But
and they
still.
acknowledge that like because I hate to like bring up this conversation and then pretend like what the phase that we're in is not hard. Like this is hard,
Yeah.
but it's a different kind of hard. And they're like,
Yeah.
this hard, you will beg for again. And like, you will beg to have your kids crying and you be able to give them a hug and like, they're fine, because that doesn't last forever. The good news that I got from the reel is they said like 6, 7, 8. So I think we have a couple more years, but like, I think it's good to be in this headspace of knowing that this time is fleeting. And if there are days,
You know what I would like? I would like some advice knowing that it's fleeting. And then what? Like, okay, I know it. And I sit there and I stare at them and smell them. And oh my God, why do I cry so much? But it's like, what else can you do?
There isn't. And I think that's like, that is the piece that I hope
Let's talk
women
about potty
listening
training instead.
No, that I hope women listening pick up, because these conversations can also be overwhelming for people.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, what do you want me to do?
I know,
Box
it is
up my
overwhelming.
kid? Like,
Well, and like
what am I
same,
supposed
like,
to
it's
do?
overwhelming. And then like, I think about it, like, look at you and I are sitting here away from our kids right now, like
Crying, talking about
yeah.
them.
And like, when we're like, there's working parents and there's other responsibilities like snuggles, don't pay the mortgage, like fully get that. So it's like, what's the advice here?
Yeah, I think
Other than my pool of tears.
no, I think I should have listened to the whole podcast episode. Probably would have been great.
Yeah. Can you help me give the advice?
No. I think what they were trying to say is I think it's okay to like take one day of like taking it in. Like, it's not possible for us to sit there every day and be like,
Yeah.
so beautiful. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're like, 1, busy, 2, our kids have temper tantrums. Like, there's so much, but I think just to be aware. And for me, honestly, the past few days, it has helped my patience, because I feel like, and maybe that was like God coming in, I've just been praying, like, please give me more patience, because I feel like my kids, like Dawson is entering what I like to call the very tough phase of like, it's just can't walk, can't talk, teeth are coming in, like wants to do everything, and so she, who is my easy peasy baby, is starting to become more difficult. Palmer is like, which I love, has the best, feistiest personality, but it's like,
taxing, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Mom. The kids are fighting all the time. And I'm going to Drew being like, I need you to take the kids for 5 minutes because I'm losing my patience right now. And I need to step into the room for like, and so I think this is helping me just, it's really not that big of a deal. Like if the kids are fighting,
Yeah. Well,
tune
and
it
then I feel like
out.
there's
It's
also,
not
like,
that
this
big of a
other,
deal.
like there's this other side of it of, like, the guilt of, like, when you lose it on them, and then
Oh
you think,
God,
like
I will cry for days. I
yeah.
haven't lost it on my kids in a long time. But when I
And
when
then,
I
like, the guilt
do,
of that of, like, "Oh my god, their poor little brains,"
well,
and, like,
and
they're
then
just
I will like apologize. I think I've only lost it really on Miller, maybe Palmer one time. I will apologize so many times that I'm like, I think he
you're doing more
forgot about
damage
it. I'm
now.
doing more damage.
Yeah.
And then I will cry myself to sleep literally for 5 nights in a row. And Drew's like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like, no, I ruined him. Like I just, but all this day-to-day stuff of like what
Stacks
we
up.
do stacks up. Like, wow, this is a beautiful phase that we never want to forget. Like, it is a hard phase of kids being fully dependent on you with
Yeah.
huge emotions that you're like, how do I regulate this and regulate this and regulate my marriage? Like, it's a lot.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's no handbook or no course that you could take of like, "Oh, yeah, do this and then you'll get better at it." It's like you just don't know until you've gone through it, and then you hope and pray that you did a good job and you didn't screw up your kids around along the way. And you also need to realize that, like, no matter how old you are when you have your kids, in my opinion, like, people I feel like a lot of women are saying, like, "Oh, like, 40s, like, you're good. Like, 40s are, like, the new 30s," and, like, that's, like, where you feel confident as a woman.
I have heard
Like,
that.
I know for a fact, like, I don't care what 40s will bring, like, this is it, right? Like, this is the best years of our lives.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I told my mom, I'm like, the fact that I have my 3 kids under my roof, going to sleep, not knowing evil in this world, that's the
That's
lottery
it.
for me.
Yeah.
Like, I know that that's to come. I know we're going to have to start talking about scary things like, for
But, like,
Miller
right
coming up.
now, this is
But
yeah,
right now, this is it. This is, my
yeah.
mom's like, you think you're not sleeping? This
Wait,
is when you're
I
sleeping.
know,
Like, this is it because there's so many bigger problems to come, which I'm so scared that we all have to
right.
talk about it on the podcast. But I do think, these are the days. These are the hard days. These are the good days. Just have to find some sort of place where we can like pick a day to embrace it all. And then we can, lose our patience the other
And thank
days.
God, honestly, like, it's obnoxious how many videos and pictures we have on our phone, but, like, we get to go back and relive it.
You know what I said? I was like, thank goodness for my Nanit because we recently, like a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, started bringing Palmer in to do books with Miller. So we just do it all
Oh,
together. And I keep wanting to like pull my phone out and Miller's Nanit captures
records.
the whole thing. So
Oh,
I just want it for like my memory, like their
yeah. Oh
voices
my
and
god.
when they help count things in the book and like when they say their prayers and amen. Like I want all of those things. And I'm like, oh, Nana, just save video, save video, save
Download them.
video.
Download
Yeah.
them before they have a crash.
Oh god, I gotta do that today. Put it on my
Yeah,
calendar.
add that to the list.
But if you are not crying yet, I'm sure we made you cry in this
Well, if
episode,
you're
but
not, I'll do it one
don't
more time.
worry. We feel the same way as you, but it's okay. This is what motherhood's all about, right?
Ugh, is it?
Ups, downs, tears,
God.
work. We can turn these mics off before we have a mental breakdown.